sobre el reloj, 2 minutos tienes para hablar.
Ah, yo pensé que...
¿Ok? ¿De qué estás?
Yo, Griffin, how was quarantine like for you?
Quarantine, it was interesting at first. I was on my phone a lot, wasn't doing much, picked up some art skills. And but after that, I was like, I'm not getting enough exercise and I'm not getting the social interaction I want. So I decided to pick up parkour. And it became a great outlet for me. I lost a lot of my emotional stress that I was going through. It really helped me become the person that I wanted to be. I was able to get the exercise I needed. I got some social interaction by meeting other people who got interested in parkour. And it really just helped me with all the stress that quarantine came with, because quarantine was a difficult time. It really just, people had a hard time, I had a hard time, but I started to get through that by figuring other outlets for my stress. Come on.
I think quarantine for me and my family was definitely difficult. The first few months, it was like a little break from reality, and we got time to be at home and take time off work, school, but it got to a point where this became a very real thing for everyone. And that first the virus seemed so distant. You start to hear, oh, this person got COVID, oh, this person got COVID, oh, this person knows someone who passed away because of COVID. So the fear started to set in.
What was quarantine like for me? At the beginning, it was definitely stressful in the sense that we didn't really know what was going on in the world, but it also was very peaceful. It was the first time that I was just able to sit at home and chill out for a long time. And I know during summer we kind of have that, but we didn't have any schoolwork. I know my school shut down for 2 weeks, and we had 2 weeks of spring break, and then they were still trying to figure out what was going to happen. And so we had another 2 weeks off after that off. So we had a full 6 weeks off of school and not doing anything. And it was just very calm.
So Griffin, did you enjoy quarantine?
I think a lot of people, I didn't necessarily enjoy quarantine because it was a very tough time for everyone, but I did have my moments. I was able to find myself a lot more because I had a lot of time spent alone with myself. I spent a lot of time on social media interacting with my friends because that was the only way we could do that during quarantine. And I ended up going on bike rides with my friends a lot, getting some more physical exercise in addition to the parkour. And it was an interesting time. I wouldn't say I enjoyed it, but I had a better time than a lot of people did, and I think that helped me.
Yeah, I think the actual physical quarantine, had its ups and downs. Like I said, first few months were a break. I got to relax. I think I got into some new hobbies. I got to spend more time with my family, and so in that sense, there's a lot of positives that came from quarantine, but at the same time, I wasn't as healthy as I was before. I couldn't, go out as much, maybe see people that, friends or, others that weren't in your exact household.
I'm probably one of the rare people that did really enjoy quarantine. In the beginning, I really liked that I didn't have anything to do and I kind of just worked on my own schedule. Even the time of year that it was really played into me enjoying it.
Was quarantine challenging for you?
It was a bit challenging. I wasn't able to see my friends as much. I wasn't able to go outside as much, so that put a damper on things. And that's part of the reason I wanted to come out to San Diego for college. I flew all the way across the country and moved here. And it's also made me realize that my friends and the people in my life are very important to me, and so I always try and keep them around and just always try and do stuff fun and enjoy my time outdoors, especially in San Diego.
You know, although COVID is a very physical thing, I think the whole quarantine, the whole coronavirus, you know, a lot of it is also mental and emotional. You know, physically I wasn't in the best shape because I couldn't do as much activities. And, you know, maybe that led to when I got COVID, it affected me more than it would have if I was, you know, doing things like playing soccer normally. And
Quarantine didn't really become a challenge at all, really, until it came to the college admissions process, where I was kind of then scared to apply to schools that I didn't get to tour or was not going to get the choice to tour before being able to like go there and apply there. And so it kind of limited my options, and that was the only challenging part, because like I always had like aspirations or dreams of going to like certain schools across the country, like on the East Coast, but almost like settled for San Diego State. And like now, like it was a good option.
Have you picked up any new hobbies during quarantine?
I have. During quarantine, it was a boring time. There wasn't much to do, so I picked up investing, which was actually very interesting. I did a lot of research into it. I also turned on to real estate. Again, parkour. We're in a library, not gonna do that. And lastly, I really honed my skills playing basketball, which was a really good stress reliever.
I'm pretty sure everyone struggled either physically, emotionally, or mentally, myself included. Definitely emotionally, like there's a lot of fear in the world, and it kind of like took a toll on, I'm pretty sure, all of us. Just reading the news, and at the beginning you don't know what to believe and all of that, and there was so much misinformation spread on both parts, like whether it was true, whether it wasn't true, and it was like kind of just like a mind game of like, okay, we kind of have to block it out.
Did you struggle physically, mentally, or emotionally?
I would say that I struggled emotionally a bit because I was unable to spend as much time with my friends, especially in person. I would spend some time like online, texting, and going through social media. One thing that helped me with this is I picked up reading, and I began reading more books, whether it was creative books, nonfiction, fiction. I just really became to love it.